Hello students, today we are going to learn 15 new idioms. Devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate.
Keanu Reeves, devil's advocate. You see that?
Felix, don't play devil's advocate.
A person who advocates an opposing or unpopular view, often just for the sake of the argument. John enjoys playing devil's advocate in our meetings, questioning every decision. Dog days of summer.
The dog days are over. The dog days are over. The dog days are done.
The period between early July and early September, when the hot weather usually occurs in the northern hemisphere. During the dog days of summer, the AC became our best friend as we sought refuge from the relentless heat. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Count your chickens before they're hatched.
Okay.
I learned don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Well, let's not count our chickens before they hatch.
Don't rely on it until you're sure of it. Tom was already planning his vacation with the lottery winnings in mind, but I reminded him, don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Being the can sometimes make you unpopular, but it's necessary to promote thorough analysis and sound decision-making. Despite the heat of we found solace in cool drinks and lazy afternoons by the pool. Despite their early lead, the politician refused to claim victory, reminding supporters. Even the thought of stepping outside was enough to break a sweat. It's important to have someone play. In a debate to prevent groupthink and encourage critical thinking, Sarah was confident she would get the job, but her friend cautioned her. The seemed endless, with each day feeling hotter and more oppressive than the last. The team celebrated prematurely, assuming victory before the final whistle, but their coach warned. Whenever we propose a new project, Sarah takes on the role of pointing out potential pitfalls and weaknesses.
Don't look at the gift horse in the mouth.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, Christian.
Generous.
Hey, don't look a horse's gift in the mouth, right?
When someone gives you a gift, don't be ungrateful. When his neighbor offers him a free lawnmower, John graciously accepted, remembering not to look a gift horse in the mouth. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket, genius.
Never put all your eggs in one basket.
Your eggs in one basket.
Do not put all your resources in one possibility. Instead of investing all his savings in one company, John diversified his portfolio, following the wise advice. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Doozy.
Doozy.
A doozy. It's a doozy.
Something outstanding, really unusual. That car accident was a real doozy. Both vehicles were completely totaled.
Despite the car being a bit older than he expected, Tom decided. And thanked his parents for their generosity. Emily decided to pursue multiple income streams instead of relying solely on her job, heeding the advice. Even though the hotel room wasn't exactly what she had hoped for, Sarah reminded herself. And appreciated the gesture. I thought I had seen it all until I encountered that. Of a storm last night with hail the size of golf balls. Instead of scrutinizing the details of the scholarship offer, Emily decided. And accepted it gratefully, knowing it would help her pursue her dreams. Sarah decided to apply to multiple universities rather than just one, remembering the caution. The final exam was covering every topic we studied throughout the semester. The surprise party she threw for him was with all his friends and family gathered to celebrate. Tom spread his risk by investing in various industries, understanding the importance of
Down to the wire.
Came down to the wire, but
Come down to the wire.
Something that ends as of the last minute or last few seconds. The game was neck and neck, and it was not until down to the wire that our team scored the winning goal. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
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 When you're extremely desperate, you need to take extremely desperate measures. Facing a financial crisis, the company had to make drastic cuts in order to survive, proving that desperate times call for desperate measures. Drink like a fish.
Girl drinks like a fish.
Started drinking like a fish.
Let's drink to the fish. Let's drink like fish.
To drink very heavily. At the party, he drank like a fish, downing one cocktail after another until he could barely stand.
After a long day at work, she liked to unwind by indulging in a few glasses of wine to relax. Despite facing numerous setbacks, they managed to complete the construction project, delivering it just before the deadline. Despite her petite stature, she could, often outlasting her friends at the bar. During his college years, he had a reputation for regularly consuming copious amounts of beer at fraternity parties. Realizing that traditional treatments weren't working, the doctor decided and recommended a risky surgery. The project deadline was looming, and we were working late nights to finish everything on time. When their relationship was on the brink of collapse, they decided that and sought counseling. With only minutes left in the competition, the contestants were giving it their all to secure victory. With the pandemic spreading rapidly, governments around the world implemented drastic measures such as lockdowns and travel restrictions, recognizing that
drive someone up the wall.
And that drives you up the wall.
Driving me right up the wall.
His persnickety, it drives me off the wall.
To irritate or annoy very much. His constant tapping on the desk drove his coworkers up the wall, making it difficult for them to concentrate, dropping like flies.
Dropping like flies.
They're dropping like flies.
Jeez, they're dropping like flies.
A large number of people either falling ill or dying. With the flu going around, people in the office were dropping like flies, calling in sick one after another. Dry run.
It's a dry run.
Hey, it's just a dry run.
Okay, this is only a dry run.
A rehearsal. Before the big presentation, we decided to do a dry run to make sure everything goes smoothly on the actual day.
the endless barking of the neighbor's dog was keeping her awake night after night. As part of our emergency preparedness plan, we conduct regular to test our response to different scenarios. As the battle raged on, soldiers were overwhelmed by enemy fire. During the heat wave, the elderly residents in the neighborhood were succumbing to heatstroke and dehydration. The astronauts conducted of the launch procedure to ensure that all systems were functioning correctly. The chef did of the new recipe before adding it to the menu, tweaking the ingredients until it was perfect. The never-ending construction noise from the apartment upstairs was making it impossible to enjoy a moment of silence. Whenever her younger brother played his video games loudly, and she would often retreat to her room for peace and quiet. With the spread of the virus, patients in the hospital were overwhelming the medical staff.
86.
86.
Oh, and 86 the ring.
86 the cake, kids. 86. Go, go.
A certain item is no longer available. This idiom can also mean to throw away. Sorry, we had to 86 the fish because it went bad. Elvis has left the building.
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 The show has come to an end. It's all over. After delivering a magnificent performance, the singer announced Elvis has left the building to signal the end of the concert. Every cloud has a silver lining.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
Because every cloud has a silver lining.
But every cloud has a silver lining.
Be optimistic. Even difficult times will lead to better days. Despite losing his job, John realized that every cloud has a silver lining when he found the new career opportunity.
After causing a disturbance, the unruly customer was from the bar and asked not to return. After the disappointment of a failed relationship, Sarah remembered that and used the experience to focus on self-growth and personal development. After the final encore, the audience reluctantly dispersed, knowing that, and the show was over. As the last guest exited the party, the host breathed a sigh of relief and declared, well. Despite facing financial difficulties, the family remained hopeful, believing that, and that better times were ahead. Even in the midst of adversity, Emily held on to the belief that, finding strength in the support of her loved ones and the lessons learned from challenges. The manager decided to the outdated equipment and invest in newer, more efficient technology for the office. The restaurant had to the dessert from the menu due to complaints about its quality. With the CEO's departure, the tense atmosphere in the boardroom dissipated, and someone jokingly exclaimed,
Thank you for watching the video. Bye bye.